Massages it to half forward. Curnow.
Play on.
Can he find someone inside 50? Sits a high one up. Casbolt! In the square.
Right on the goal line, Jones clears. This is dangerous. Curnow did well though.
For Curnow, who had to
Let him up now.
focus hard on that footy, and he did. Gives it to Sard.
Jumps on top. Dow, Curnow, now the Blues a chance. Trailed by 25, did trail by 30. Kick, well, it was a long wait for Curnow. Little gift to Gibbons, wider ball to Curnow. Squeezes the kick, finds his man Fogarty.
Curnow comes in. Fires a handball. Doherty was spiked up into the air. Curnow, Gibbons, there is one of those goal kickers. Net and Grundy. Curnow.
Net, Grundy, Madgen, Curnow the tackler. Williams steps in, go back through the middle. Might come unstuck here, the Pies. The Blues still alive. Little kick over the top to Fisher.
The action linking up with Walsh. It wasn't perfect, but Curnow tidied it up and they can still get...
Contest, Wiedering with the fist. Curnow clever. Down to Walsh. Hottest man on the ground. Couple of spins, put him in the spin cycle, got it down. And new marking wasn't an option. Curnow, a little bit of front on contact. Chera pleads his case. Has he got this kick in him, Ed Curnow? What's he going to do here?
Don't think he thinks he has.
No. So now he's going to have to manufacture something, but he's got essentially 16 dockers ahead of him. Thought about pulling the kick late. Now he opens up the angle. She's got plenty on it. That's going, gone! One of Ed's all-time best.
What a finish. He brings energy, Curnow. I mean, he's one of those guys that's so popular amongst this group. Anything he does, particularly that impacts the scoreboard, he brings the troops with him.
Graham, a little access to the footy. Ainsworth, and they jump over the top and...
Pitternet, real advantage, got it down to Curnow. High and long he goes. Mackay so good last week. Brought it.
Story to see, goes to Plowman. That's the lead up. Answer the mark, Cottrell goes back to clean it up. It is slippery, the Sharon. Really being covered quite nicely this time, Curnow, but it's an up and under. Tricky ball to handle. Look at the skill of Eddie. Stand! That is super hard. Low down. Slippery ball. Curnow's got some penetration. Might have carried the lot. I reckon it has.
This is a really disappointing result if you're the Gold Coast Suns. Two defenders there. And now it's just camped in their forward line. You just no transition of the ball from either team tonight, so you can't start your attacks from your D50. You just can't transition it tonight. You've got to win the clearances.
Good switch from Curnow. Kick smothered. Curnow will get another look at it. Sticks a low one through. Nunes gets on the end of it. Unbelievable. They come ready to play. Flanders again to centre half forward.
Set to the advantage of Wines. Port by 5 at quarter time. They've kicked the only 2 goals in the second term. Let's take it out to a
Great tap.
Curnow bustles the ball forward.
Over in certain positions.
There's been no space ahead.
Yeah.
Curnow kicks to a man that has some space.
48 left on this first half of football. Curnow
Stands in the hole.
Yeah, you're happy really that you can spin around twice while you're caught and then still have time to get the ball out?
If you're strong enough.
tracks it beautifully. Curnow can run onto it. He can run all the way. Decides to go long. Here's Harry! Yes, sir!
He's up at the wing. Ball scoots to the back. Curnow flicks it inside Gibbons.
Birchall's dropped it. Eddie Betts picks his pocket, gets it across to Curnow. It's a goal. It's a goal. The umpire's blown the whistle. He's paid the advantage. And was going through. The handball came out from Fogarty. The kick from Curnow. Eddie Betts, you beauty.
And at the secondary palm on it.
Get hold of it.
Parks did nicely there for the Carlton defence to Doherty. Overlap run provided. Andy McGrath backed into it. Curnow got hold of him. And Ray wasn't going to buy it. Here's Curnow, open goal square. Curnow on the half-time side, almost. He's got a big goal.
certainly was making sure the umpire saw it. Great finish by Ed Curnow.
Little handball comes to Wiedering. Tip and Woody applying lots of pressure, and it works for the Blues with Ed Curnow.
Sees a target he likes through the corridor.
Not a great kick from Dyson. Ed Curnow able to swoop, and from the logo sends it forward bound. Mackay's got the sit. Stewart with him. Mackay.
Good news there, Jimmy. It's a big afternoon unfolding here for the Blues. Paddy Cripps, he rolls through, and the champ kicks it.
His feet, but the handball missed Curnow. Turns inside Karmas, pops it back and release to Wiedering, and now Curnow at defensive 50. The Blues have got a couple of numbers. They can get an overlap going here. Cunningham can pop it over the top to Nunes, but elects not to. Yeah, Nunes still screaming for it down the line.
That's the one I like them giving, Jace.
Oh, good. Curnow can just run away from Bontempelli and deliver beautifully to Silvani. The Fogarty run from behind is Curnow. Curnow can pop it over the top. Owies is in space. It's going to pitch over the back. Owies wants to turn his man. Can he get around Dale? Snaps at Goldwood. Bends it back and puts it through.
And now just comes to a little bit of a standstill. Geray dropping off Betts to go back. Here comes Mackay. And did he hold it long enough? And
floats a handball. There is Cripps involved. Curnow feeds it.
Dawn doing good job in the middle. They've really starting to get all the pieces of the puzzle, and they didn't, so I think that's working for them as well. They have a really good balance.
Contact, really, wasn't it?
Nothing there at all. Curnow, just one of those things. This and tries to pass through May with a pulverising tackle there. Curnow now presenting to Mackay. From behind, Brown and Petrarca.
Penetrating ball for Curnow. Can they get something going here? Nice for Mackay. She
paddles it.
Sometimes you don't hear the whistle, Ed.
Oh,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If you can fake sincerity, you got it made. Walsh dances his way inside 50, drives it goal square. Perfection.
Phillips with the new boots on today.
Reeves with the reach over to Koning, but again, down.
Up towards centre wing. Hanrahan's been good. He's grabbed, though, thrown into the ground. Umpire letting it go.
Shook the tackle free. Back alive for Curnow. Rolls it to the wing, and Walsh is off and running if it sits.
It's giving us wonderful insight into the defender's mind.
Wherever you're watching on Fox Footy, Mitchell tries to flick it out. Doherty was waiting for it. Good contest. Got there. Knocked it to Doherty. Hands it to Curnow. Floats it wide to Gibbons.
Sard able to chop that off.
Under it by Dawson. Florence at the back.
Doherty. Curnow. The strength in the body. Steer it wide for Curnow.
So can the Blues capitalise on this period of dominance? It's been their issue all season long. Time in possession.
Outstanding players. Paddy Dow back into the side. Nice kick from Curnow.
High football. Jones. Front was
game here and big stakes. You feel like Carlton, Jimmy Bartell is
good centering ball here. Pressure. Petrevski to get back and get this footy in. Curnow hustles him over the boundary line. Allen, Kennedy. So as Jimmy says, quite a few missing, and a lot of those are starters, if not all of them.
The player tackling sense sort of forced to throw them to ground. I reckon if we blow the whistle
through the hands of Briggs.
Overlap perhaps, Curnow. You know, he's could have raffled the ball towards Mackay now. So
Nunes, Curnow, little wobbler, but it finds Cripps and they're away.
Goals too.
34 years young, Eddie turns 35 later this year. Cripps, the blue Superman, gets them out of the middle to Curnow. Dow. Wiedering thumps it down. Curnow shoots the handball back to Williams. Plowman picks his pocket. Kelly thought he had it. Plowman got it. Gave it to Curnow. Sends it wide. Good reach from Walsh. De Koning got there. Knocked it down to Curnow. Again, Walker comes at him. Pressurises the kick. Forced it a little wider maybe than he intended. Curnow clever. Inside to win it. 2 goals to steal a draw and has kept it alive. No, it's not. Ball in. Well, not down to Silvani. To Curnow. Sees the option inside. Martin can come down as a crumb. Curnow Floats it long, and he found Martin, who...
The way that Jones played and played particularly well, he's going to get on the move.
Darcy front spot down to Bundy, got his arms free. Made the space. It's got Mackay running back to the square. He pulled it to Curnow. Everybody thought he was going to Mackay. Silvani, Mackay is target. He pulled it again. Curnow, Mackay.
I mean, that was Paddy Dangerfield and Lockie Henderson not on the same page. Lockie just had to hit up like Owies did at the other end of the ground. It would have been the easiest chest mark of his life.
Curnow. Floats it up. And Silvani protected. Nice dance inside by Newman. Still fighting hard, the Blues. Curnow gets up. He wasn't paid it. Curnow.
And he did.
Cripps, Kennedy, Curnow. Blues get the clearance. Silvani.
Is it going to stay inside the field of play? It does.
Across the goal face for a running Curnow. Martin.
Made it very hard.
7th win of the season. Wriggles its way free for Crisp, who can't quite keep it alive.
Back and across, risky ball to Curnow, works out. Now Plowman gets him out of trouble. It was another turnover ball, and Curnow saves the Blues some blushes. Back flank. Low ball to Curnow, works out.
He's working incredibly.
To a contest forward. Cottrell, clever tap. Fisher and Curnow raffle it. Curnow in game 2. Have a look at that! Put it in the highlights reel! Ed, well done. 200, and that is top shelf gear.
I reckon Fisher was about to grab it. He might have just recognised the voice coming from behind in Ed Curnow. But he gave the crowd a high five. Imagine if they were there. This is a great goal. On the left foot, with North Melbourne players bearing down on it.
He would not have kicked the goal out in his 200 games, would he?
Nah.
Oh, that is unbelievable.
He's hit that so sweet.
Well, he did declare pre-game in the warm-up that he couldn't kick or mark.
And can't kick.
He's doing something right. Needed the crowd there, as you said, Geordie, to go across the full row.
Carlton come out.
He's gone forward, as Brownie told us. Phillips takes on a couple of tackles.
Fisher's got to make it work. He did it nicely. Ed Curnow high. And nicely. Higgins and Cripps. Marshall tries to get the hands clear. Ed Curnow, difficult man to get out of a tackle.
Carlton.
At Marshall couldn't get the handball happening. Sard.
Part of the COVID protocols that the AFL are following strictly. Ed Curnow.
Hunter, little one. Steele. Ridden into the ground.
Ross turned his back on the footy. Caught by Kennedy. Curnow's there as well. Throw underneath. Wilkie. Got it off Ed Crouch. He's caught stone cold by Ed Curnow.
Boot to ball. Highmore, same Wiedering, who was all on his own.
They've done that a few times tonight where they've just kicked with no thought.
Curnow.
Bounce, a bows rather, for the Suns as it comes back into play. Curnow does well, gets rid of his man, squeezes a kick to a one-on-one. Silvani's there, actually against King. So Mackay to Curnow. Here's a better build-up. Flicks it into the centre of the ground.
Midpoint of the quarter. Ed Curnow around the body.
It's off. He's running down the broadcast wing. He's linking up with Curnow, who's got space, and he can hit up the younger brother, and Charlie says...
Newman, Ed Curnow off and running. He's got Charlie on the overlap. Had to wait for it.
Patient, wheeling around and delivering straight to Ed Curnow. A chance to make them pay and get it back level. Curnow sends it on its way. It's going to be tight. He's squeezed it home. We're all tied up at Marvel Stadium.
Been an unobtrusive star, Ed Curnow. He's never going to...
Caught. Sard. Ed Curnow, clever.
It's been scrappy from both teams. Fatigue starting to set in. Decision-making being compromised.
Ed Curnow's release kick good, though. Plowman.
We want attacking movement in the finals, of course.
The best connection, but it gets through to McGovern, to Curnow, to O'Brien on.
And execute in front of goal.
Caught by 4. Ed purpose. Curnow had a hankering to handball. In the end, he's kicked it across towards Levi Casbolt. Pops it over the top to Curnow.
And they are off here. Long launch into some space. Race on. Ed Curnow should get there. Needs a bounce. He's got Honey for Fisher. No one in the square. He poked it to Curnow. Haynes. Curnow. Dan stepped him and goal.
The individual defenders of the Giants up the ground and slide in behind. We've seen a couple of midfielders get in behind. Curnow's done it 2 or 3 times. Walsh has tried to do it despite the fact he's got a run with opponent at the moment. It's super aggressive. I love it. This is most I've seen Carlton work in 10 minutes of football for some time.
Second game half forward, Corey Durden take a...
Hold it down.
Oh, how's that not a mark?
Wow. You can throw him. Waitering got it from Walsh. Ed Curnow stands under this for an eternity. And again, that aggressive inside kick. Got his arms free. Ed Curnow with the bender. That's beautiful. He's got to it.
Perryman thought, I've got him cold here.
Yeah, them wide more often than not.
Oh, Halloran made it impossible for Ash. Defended for the Blues. Chips it to Ed Curnow. I'm not sure he's got the distance in him. Down to 30 seconds. He takes off. He needs every metre. And he got it there. Huge momentum changer for the Blues.
There you go. There's row 1. Plenty of seats to choose from. Pick your own.
Seconds tick down. Kennedy, big ball to win this on the wing, and the Blues win it. DeConey went up. Williamson crumbs, bangs it back. Ed Curnow has been the difference for the Blues. They've been
One at a time. Yeah, that's a... 15 seconds. Just twigged the memory on that.
doesn't know any other way but to give his heart and soul all the way to the line.